So I just hit 10,000 followers on Instagram. It doesn't even feel real. Like, it doesn't feel real. Because you can literally see, now it's at 10.1K. Oh my gosh. It's just so crazy. I'm like, I can't believe it. I'm just blown away. I'm so blown away. And it doesn't even feel real. I've been in business for, I guess, 5 years. Yeah, almost 5 years now. And, oh, Emmy, you wanna say hi? Come here, girl. Say hello. Say, I want to be in the video, Mom. I want to be in the video. Okay, Emmy's going to be cuddly today. I've been in business for about 5 years now, and it's just so crazy to hit a milestone like that. And while I know, like, I preach all the time, like, numbers aren't everything, it's what you do with those followers that really matters. It's just crazy to think that, like, on Instagram alone, like, I have 10,000 people that love my content enough, love me enough, love my brand enough, love what I'm doing, that they follow me. Like, oh my gosh, like, that's just insane. That's insane. I can't wrap my mind around that yet, and it still does not feel real. But I really wanted to chat about it with you guys, and also to chat about how I got here, how I actually hit 10,000 followers. Like, realistically, like, what does that look like? How have I seen all that growth? How have I been able to do that and hit that on my Instagram account? And yeah, I'm just really excited to talk about it with you guys. And I was planning on moving around, but she's normally not cuddly at all, and so I'm very surprised that she like came up and cuddled with me. So I might just sit here and talk to you guys here, if that works for you. And also, if you're not familiar with me or who I am, hit subscribe so you can get to know me. And I upload 2 videos every single week. Don't want you to miss any of them. So go ahead and hit subscribe, and let's go ahead and jump on in. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about when it comes to my growth, because what we gotta talk about first is Reels. And you guys might have noticed on my YouTube channel, a lot of my content that I'm putting out there now is a lot about Instagram Reels. And there's a reason for that. It's because this is where it's at on Instagram. This is how I'm growing. This is how I'm getting a lot of engagement. This is how I'm getting in front of a new audience who doesn't even know who I am, and how I'm gaining all of these new followers. So that has really been one of the biggest things that has spurred my growth. Over the past about 2 months since Reels came out, I've gained over 3,000 followers, and I attribute that pretty much directly from Instagram Reels. While we can't see all of the analytics, all of the insights besides just likes and views on Reels right now, you can see a direct correlation in my growth. I'll put something right here that shows you how I was at around 7,000. Okay, Amy, what are you going to do? You guys stand here. You're kind of blocking my way. Okay. She's done cuddling. I'll put something right here that kind of shows my growth and what's happened. So before I started posting Reels, I think I was at around, like, I want to say 6,800, 6,900 followers. And my Instagram, while it was growing pretty slowly. I was gaining maybe 100 to 150 followers a month, which isn't bad at all. Like, that's awesome. And I was really happy with that. But Instagram Reels, once it came out, I started quickly gaining a ton of followers and getting a ton of interaction. Even one of my earlier Reels now has over 215,000 views. I have Reels that commonly have 50,000 views, 70,000 views, 100,000 views. It's just been crazy to get in front of that big of an audience and to have my content get in front of new eyes without me having to do all of these different things. And so it's been really exciting. So the first thing that I really want to share right here when it comes to Instagram growth, when it comes to growing your brand online, is to jump on any new features that come out, whether that's on Instagram in the future, whether that's on another platform in the future. One thing that I've really learned from TikTok, from Reels, from short form videos, is that being one of the first to jump on those kind of things that come out, I mean, there is the risk of it dying out and it becoming not that big of a thing, but the reward that you can get from that, the amount of views, the amount of followers, the brand you can build because you jump on new features, it's mind-blowing. It's a game changer. And so no matter what platform comes out in the future, no matter what Instagram comes out in the future, one thing that I'm going to continue to do, one thing that I really want to drill into you guys is jump on any new features. Even if it's outside of your comfort zone, even if it's not something you've done before, even if it's not something that you see all these other people doing and you have all these ideas from them, start with what you have and jump on it in any way that you can, because anything you can do now to jump on any new features, not only is the Instagram algorithm just going to reward you for that, because it's rewarding you for that, you're going to gain this recognition, you're going to get in front of new people, it's going to favor you and favor your account if you are jumping on any of those new features. If you're still in a spot where you're trying to figure out Instagram Reels, I'll put down in the description some videos that I have created on this channel that literally is tutorials and hacks for creating Instagram Reels, ideas to get you started, all of that. So if you're in a spot where you're still trying to figure out specifically Instagram Reels and how to jump in on that train, go down below, binge watch some of my videos. It's really going to help you out in trying to figure some of this stuff out and see some of this growth for yourself.
Annie, are you a little baby?
So one thing that's really important to note here, especially when we're talking about jumping on new features, doing new things, is to make sure that you're giving people a reason to follow them. One mistake that I see a lot of people making is they're saying like, Stephanie, I am engaging with accounts, I am posting all of the time, I am doing all of the things, and I'm still not seeing the results that I want to from jumping on these new features or from posting all of the time. And I really need you to keep in mind, why would someone follow you? What's a reason why someone would invest their time and energy into following your account and staying followed to your account? You have to give them a reason to follow you in the first place. You have to give them a reason to keep following you, and that is where you're going to see a lot of growth, not just in followers, but in the amount of engagement you get from your followers and how engaged your following is with your brand. So a few things to keep in mind is, are you posting consistently? For me, this means posting on my feed at least 3 to 5 times a week. With the new feature of Reels, I'm really jumping on that train and I'm posting 1 to 2 times per day now, but it is really important that you are showing up consistently, whether it's in posts, whether it's in stories. I'm making sure that even if I'm only posting to my feed maybe 3 times that week, that I am showing up in my Instagram stories every single day so that I am front of mind, I am top of mind, and people are seeing my name over and over and over again in the people that they follow. Even just think about the people that you follow and the people that you become more engaged with than the people that you don't. At least for me, whenever I follow someone new on Instagram, I've noticed that I become a lot more engaged with their account if they are showing up consistently, especially in stories, because that's where I am seeing a lot of the people that I follow. That's where I'm seeing a lot of content versus actual posts. And so making sure that you're showing up consistently in those ways can be really helpful to not only gain more followers, but also once they're following you, to be instantly become very engaged with your account. I can think of just in my mind, whenever I followed a new account, she showed up almost every day in her story. She was very active on the platform, and I instantly became super engaged with her because she was showing her face, she was showing up all of the time, versus someone that I follow and they don't post on their feed for 2 weeks, and then they don't post on their stories except for maybe 1 time every week. And then that person is someone that I go back to maybe a couple months later, and I'm looking through the people that I'm following, and I think to myself, why do they follow them again? Like, who are these people again? I totally forget who that person even is. And so you don't want to be that person. You want to be someone who, once someone follows you, they instantly become very engaged with you and your content and your brand, because that's not only going to help you grow your numbers, which are important, but they're not the end all of everything, right? Numbers don't matter if we aren't treating those numbers well, if we aren't treating our followers well, if we aren't engaging with them, if we aren't doing it from a genuine heart, it's not going to pay off for us. It's not going to grow an actual genuine brand for yourself. So bottom line, when it comes to being consistent and showing up for your people, there isn't a right or wrong here. Nothing says you have to post on your feed every single day. Nothing says that you have to post on stories every single day. But I will say that the more is better, and you don't want to do it to the point of burnout, right? You don't want to go overboard and really take on more than you can handle. But even if you can just show up in your stories on a more personal level every single day, maybe do just 5 minutes of you talking to the camera. Maybe it's sharing your behind the scenes of your life. Maybe it's sharing about your work days. Whatever you can do to get people engaged and to be sharing consistently is really going to help so much more than you could ever possibly imagine. The third thing that I really want to hone in on here and to talk to you guys about in this video is to really figure out how you can create an engaged audience. So it doesn't do you any good to be gaining more followers, to be growing those numbers, to be getting those views, to be getting those likes, if those people are not becoming engaged with your brand. If they're just following you and then totally forgetting about who you are, if they're following you and they're not becoming engaged with your brand, if they're following you and not getting onto your email list soon after to learn more from you and to hear from you on a more personal basis, that doesn't do you any good. We need to make sure that we are taking those followers and actually turning them into engaged clients, engaged customers, engaged shop buyers, whatever it is, of our business. So we need to make sure that we're setting everything up in a way that's all getting people to engage just by showing up consistently, doing all those things that we already talked about, but making sure that you're doing other things as well to take it a step further and help people to become more engaged with your account. So how do you actually do that? How do you take those followers and those views and everything that you're getting and actually turn them into engaged followers of your brand, people who are excited about what you're doing? Step number one is to have a personal brand. And I know that's something that we talk about a lot on this channel, something that I've talked about over and over again, and I harp on over and over again because it is so important, not just in growing a following and growing your brand, but be creating people who are really actually engaged with the brand. If you think about it, people don't connect with businesses. People probably can't connect to the fact that you're an entrepreneur or that you are a photographer or a graphic designer or another service-based business or an online brand, but they might be able to connect to the fact that you are obsessed with your dog or that you have a favorite drink or that you have a favorite taco place, whatever it is that you absolutely love, the quirky things about you that make you different and that's going to make you not only stand out from others in your industry, but it's also going to help you build a following that's engaged with you and falls in love with you and allows you to also pivot in your brand so well because you build a following not just around what you do and what you offer, but you build a following around people who are lovers of you and your personality and the things that make you different, the things that they can relate to on a more personal level. On a more practical level, a few other things you can do to create a really engaged audience, specifically on Instagram, is to respond to all your comments and DMs, especially when you have a smaller following. If you have less than 10,000 followers, the beauty of that is you have the time to respond to all your comments and DMs. At this point, it's getting to the point where I get so many comments, so many DMs, and I'm still making it a priority to respond to all of them, but it is taking a lot more of my time. It is becoming even more difficult as my brand continues to grow, and I might get to the point where I might not be able to respond to every single comment or every single DM, and that honestly makes me really sad, but that's where it's really cool. If you're someone who doesn't have that 10K mark yet or hasn't hit that number of followers, the cool thing about that is you actually have the time to engage with every single person in your audience. If you get maybe 3 comments on every Instagram post, comment back to every single one of those comments. If you get one story reply to every story that you post, reply back to every story. It starts small and it starts with the people that you have now in order to create a bigger audience and for them to be super engaged with you and who you are. If you want to take this a step further, one thing that I do consistently and that really helps people to become instantly more engaged with my account is by not only DMing them back, but DMing them back with a voice message. So they're getting to hear my voice, they're getting to hear me talk, they're getting to hear me say their name and to explain, answering questions or just responding back with something. And it's just a really cool way to engage with my audience. And it's something that I love because it takes me way less time to just say something to someone than it does to have to sit there and type it out with my thumbs. So I love doing this. It's so fun when I send a voice message and then either, someone will send a voice message back, I'm getting to hear their voice too, or maybe they respond back and say, oh my gosh, that was so cool getting to hear your voice. Thank you so much for taking the time to do that. Instantly becomes an engaged follower of my account. So if that's something that is important to you, if having an engaged following and growing your following is something that's important to you, responding to all your comments and DMs is something that you need to make a priority in your business. If you loved all this content in this video and you want to support my channel, there's 3 things you can do. 3 things. So the first thing, hit subscribe. it really does help to support my channel and for more people to find out about my account. Like this video, tells me that you love this content, that you want me to do more of it in the future. And grab my free download below. It's actually some Instagram Reels cover photo templates. So if Reels is something that you're trying to figure out, grabbing these cover photo templates is really going to help you get a head start on creating some custom cover photos that are gonna look amazing on your Instagram feed. So do those 3 things. Super grateful for you guys. I also do respond to comments live within the first 20 minutes after a video goes up on my channel. So if that's something that you want to, interact with me, you want to interact with me on a live basis and get comments right back when you comment, show up when I post new videos. And I post new videos on Tuesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's a really easy way to connect with me and for me to connect with you, and I would love to do that. So on the next video, either Tuesday or Friday at noon, be sure to show up live right when it goes live, and I will respond to your comments right away within the first 20 minutes. Let me know if you have any questions about all of this. I am super grateful for each and every one of you. I would have never hit this 10K milestone if it wasn't for all of you guys, and I am just so grateful. Still doesn't feel real. It really does not feel real yet. It's crazy. Super grateful for you guys and all of your support. And if you also don't follow me on Instagram and you want to, go down below, come follow me, because I know some of you only follow me on YouTube and you're not over on Instagram yet. So be sure to do that. And I can't wait to share more Instagram marketing strategies in the next video. Bye guys.